In this video, we are going to show how to better improve the compression of string which is already compressed. Hello, this is Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Welcome to the 92nd video of the Python interview question series. I have created a playlist, Python interview questions 51 to 100, and I will be tagging this video to that playlist. The code we discuss in this video will be posted in GitHub, and the link will be provided in the video description. Now let's see the sample input data and we can talk about the question in detail. So we are given a compressed string A3, C9, B2 and C1. So the format is a character and followed by its frequency. So if, for example, you have this input, right? So here A comes 3 times, C comes 9, B comes twice, and another C comes 1. So here, for the better compression, we have to follow the 4 conditions. First one is each character should appear only once in the final compression version. The second one is the compressed value should be in the alphabetical order, A to Z. And then return the better compression of the compressed. Means whatever is already compressed, you have to get the better version of it. So the first 3 points. So here we start with the compression. So we have A3 and then C we got 9 and then 1. So it becomes 10 and then B2. So we now got everything in a single alphabet, right? Now we have to move that to a order, ascending order. So we say A3, C, B2, C10, right? Now we sort the order. Now we combine that as a string A3, B2, C10. So this is what is expected. This is the final output for the input variable A3, C9, B2 and C1. The main thing is we have C1 here and then a C9 here. So for this initial version of our code, we assume that it's going to have one character and one numerical letter. Means it can be from 1 to 9. There won't be any double digit number. So if you see this, the character C and then 1 to 9 value, and then character B 1 to 9 value, and C it's 1, right? So everything is a single digit and a single character. If that is the scenario, how will you address this? Let's start with our input variable is this, and then a function def grow with data emprscd. So compress is the input variable. First, I am going to declare a function because you can see UNCU. So we are going to have a dictionary part of it. Now we are going to get the index and the value from the input variable. In enumerate, compress is the input variable. So this is going to create the index position as well as what is the element value. It brings both. Now I am going to check if the value is digit, right? Val dot is digit. If whatever the element we are reading, right, if it's going to be a digit, then what we are going to do is we are going to do all the values into the frequency of whatever the index value, right? The digit value, right? If you get into this, first you get what is the letter before that, right? And then use that as the key. So first we check if it's digit, and then we just say the value, and the value is going to be 3. The previous value is going to be A. So I just get me the compressed for the string, whatever the index we have currently go with -1. Just go one character before. So if I get 3, go to one character before, that is A. If I have 9, get one character before, which is C. So that's what I'm getting. So the dictionary value of the key is going to be, if the value exists in the digit, right? If that compressed value, the previous text value, if that exists in the dictionary, you bring that value or make it as 0 plus whatever the value we have now. Now let's see what happens to the frequency. I'm going to print it here. Let's call the function and see what's happening in the dictionary. So it's creating a index -1 0. Okay, compressed version of index -1. I have to close it here and then 0. Okay, so now what happens? A is 3. Yes, we got. A is 6. 3. C is 11. So compressed is here. Grow with data compressed. If value is digit, then you get the frequency. Oh, sorry, not D. It's frequency. Frequency of it. So here, if you see, A equal to 3, C equal to 9, and C equal to 1. So it becomes 10 is here, and B equal to 2. So whatever the element or the next character, we are getting into a dictionary. Now, how will I get the dictionary into a string, right? So for example, if we have the value check equal to this dictionary, now how will I compress it? Basically, if I say check dot keys, right, I will get all the key. If I say sorted, I will get all the values here as A, B, and C. Now it's A, C, B. When you sorted, it's in the alphabetical order. Even if you remove the keys and just give the dictionary, it's going to sort only the keys. You don't have to explicitly say the dictionary dot keys. Okay. So now here we got the dictionary. Now we are going to manipulate it. You say result equal to a string. Now for the value in sorted frequency, when you say sorted, it's going to bring the list, right? I'm just going to say result equal to, it's a string, right? Plus equal to whatever the value is, which is A, B, or C, plus the string value of D of val, which is the frequency number. So I'm going to get the value. For example, it's going to be A, and then the D of val, which is the dictionary. D of val is the value here, which is the number next to it, which is add 9 plus 1, 10, right? So this is what it is. So I'm doing this. Get into the result string. You just concatenate what is the alphabet A, B, or C, and then what is the number they used, which is D of A. We store it here. Right? Now we return the result. Return TURN. It's throwing an error. Say name frequency is a spelling mistake. So I just say frequency. So what happens? A3. Now C becomes the third one. So B2, C10. We did the alphabetical order. So that's what is expected. A3, B2, and C10. If you want to do more test cases, then you can use the assert function. And you can do the testing and it's throwing an error. A2, oh, second one. A1, B3, C2. Let's see what is the result part of it. So we just do print the result. Okay, C is 2. We have the dictionary here, but it is. A is 3. Now so A is 1, but this is showing us A is 3. So what is happening here? We have the frequency result equal to D of val. No, it's frequency of val. Then in practice, I use D as the dictionary. So now I got all the answers right. I just disable the print. So all the parts are clear. So what we did, first we took the string and then we just do the index and value. So which position it is and what is the value. So we are checking if that value is a digit. That means the 3, 9, 2, 1, right? If that is the digit, then we are having the dictionary frequency. So if a digit, then get the previous value, which is the character. So we get A. And then whatever the count is, right? We just add to it. That's what we say. If it's a digit, you get the previous element, which is the character, and then if the value already exists in the dictionary, get that value and then add the new value. So the frequency the dictionary will get all the values. Now we go sort the dictionary as I showed you. We don't have to put any explicitly keys, dictionary.keys. We just say sort by the dictionary. It will sort based on the keys. You get the key and you just say get the key and get the value and convert that to string and you concatenate to it. So it works. This dictionary part, we can make it a little bit simpler, right? So you can just say result, right? So I can say the result part can just go with a list and then say for the val in the sorted part, right? It will get all the keys from the dictionary. Now we have this val and this one, right? I'm going to get the same thing. See, where is it? Here, I'm just going to say, get me the value, put that in a curly bracket so it just shows up. And then the next part is the previous, the values count, right? Whatever the value will show up, we need the count for it. So let's see what this brings out. We can remove this test case for now so you can see what is happening. So what we do, we are just creating a list to replace a for loop. We just say for the value in the dictionary, you get what is the value and then what is the frequency of that value and convert that to a string. So that is what we need, right? Just to make sure. Yeah, and this is going to be a F to maintain the string part of it. Oh, okay, sorry. We just have to do this and no need for the bracket because there's no open bracket here. For, well, so string of, so we don't have to put the string or list. Yeah, so I just get the val and then the count, and this comes up what is the character and what is the count. Now if I just say dot join, all this will give me the string. I don't have to go for the for loop, and even I don't have to put that in a variable. I can simply take this here. It just brings me the expected output. And all this magic is good if we have one character followed by the frequency and one character followed by the frequency. So what happens if you have one character and the frequency is going to be a double digit number? For example, you just get the compressed equal to this. Here, the I occurs 10 times and G occurs 6 times and U occurs 6 times. Here what we are doing, we are just getting if the value is a digit, then take the previous one. So it just goes here, value is digit, take I. That's good. But this is not 1, right? This is 10. So next element is also integer. So it takes 1 as the value. Let's run this and see. So compress equal to this. Let's disable this. We just say compressed equal to this. Grow with data. Compressed. Instead of the value, we just do the compressed. So if you see this, it's supposed to be I10, right? But it shows 10G because for 0 it just goes here and for 6 it just goes here. So it don't take 10, right? It just breaks down to 1 and the wrong part of it because we assume it's a single digit. But if a double digit, this for loop is not going to work. So the replacement for the for loop is we go for the while loop, which is much powerful than the for loop for this kind of manipulation. Okay, let's see how the for loop works. Sorry, while loop works. We just get the declaration and then we can get the function. We just copy it. And then we are going to have a couple of variables. First is the length of the input parameter. compressed, compressed. SSED. So we get the length because we are going to use this in multiple places. Now I equal to 0. Now I go for a while loop. Why? The I is less than n. N is the length of the input variable. If it's less than the n, this is the length of the input variable, then we just get what character it is, what element is we are going to manage this time. So compressed compressed I. Okay. The character, we get that element. So we have this while I equal to 0, we have the character. Now we are going to have the frequency. Assume that as 0 for now. We just say I equal to I plus 1 because we have the first 0 and then we increment it. Now we say while the I is less than n, which is the length of the input, and compressed of I is a digit. If both satisfies, then the frequency is going to be, since it's going to be 0 and you're going to multiply it, again it's going to be 0 anyways, into 10, so that we are improving the position, the one's position 10 to 10th position, right? Plus whatever the integer we get, which is the integer of compressed I, right? This one. So if it's going to be 10, then first it will read 1 and then it goes for the 10. So we adjust the multiple values here. Now I equal to 1. So we just repeat in the second while loop to make sure you read all the digits. First element is a digit. Then you go through the secondary loop to see we can get the continuous numbers, and then you break the while loop. So this I will help to improve, and this one will go loop with the digits part of it, right? So this will continuously go till the end, and this is, if you find a digit, make sure it just scan all the digits continuously, like 10 or more than one digit, right? So this will help. Now the frequency part, right? Now we got the C10, that means we just get the 10 part of it. Now the frequency of character, which is the element now, right? Which is going to A, B, or C, whatever it is. It's equal to, if that value already exists, the frequency dot get, the value already exists, then you just bring it here and then 0 plus the frequency, which is calculated here. So what we do, first we get the length of the input variable and assign integer 0, and you scan through the string. We just say the compressed of I, which is the current position. If it's I, just get this, and then it's 1, you get this. And then we say reset the frequency and the increment value just for the integer. Now we just say the compressed I is a digit. So whatever the loop goes through, if it's a digit, then you stop here. You just continue a second loop so that the integer ends till the last number. When it comes to the character, it just stops, right? So it just stay. So first we get 1, so it's okay. Second time when you get 10, then what we do, whatever the ones in the ones position, move that to tens position. That's why you multiply by 10. If it's going to be 1 or 2, then when 2 comes, this will be a 100 position, right? So 10 into 10 into continuously goes out. So when you go here, let's call the function. Okay, we are breaking up somewhere. Okay, so first we get the length of the string, and then we are going to the while loop. We are initiating I equal to 0, right? So first element, because I is less than n, yes, 0 is always less than the length. Then you get the first element. If it's I, you come here, while I is less than n, yes, and compresses digit, no. So it just skips. This goes to the next one, which is 1. So 1, it comes here, it just get I equal to 0 to 1, right? So frequency I is less than n, yes, and the compressed I, right, is a digit. So 1 is a digit, yes. Then you go with the loop, frequency equal to frequency into 10, so that the ones position goes to the 10th position. So the first one, it's 0, and then integer of compressed I. So I is now 1, so we get 1, and then it just continues here. 0 is also less than the digit, so it comes here. So 1 becomes the 10th position, and then you add the 0 to it, so the 10 occurs. Now we have 102, right? So it comes till 102 3 times, and then the next G comes, this digit will break. So the dictionary becomes whatever the character we get, we are going to have that in the dictionary. Now if I say A equal to this, and then sorted of A is going to give me the list GUI, right? So that's what I'm going to try here. Now how will you manipulate the dictionary? We already talked about it, right? Sorted, and then you bring in the value and the number, and then you join based on this. We are going to use it after we get the dictionary. We can directly use this part of it. Let's get this guy. We have the frequency. Now the while loop, once everything is done, get me the frequency, and then whatever the val is based on this, you get that and join to it. So better we can have this as 10 and see what happens. So G is 6, and then I is 10, yes, and then U is 6. So now this while loop handles the multi-digit frequency. So previously, when you simply do, when it's digit get the previous one, it screws up because it's a two-digit number, then it screws up. So I am going to the while loop and I am tracking it. So this while loop is only for the digits and this while loop for the whole string. So everything is perfect. Now if you want to do the test case, let's copy the assert function. Let's see if it works. Yes, it passed everything. See here, I10 is taken care. Great. So this is our normal process. But if the interviewer allows you to use the regular expression, right? So that will make your life much easier. Let's see how it works. Import RE and then whatever the input variable we have here, and then we get the frequency. Then we are going to show the change. So frequency is this, and then say for the v in check. Sorry, first we do the regular expression, right? We can't do it. So first we just say check equal to the regular expression which will be imported here, right? The regular expression dot find all. It will find whatever we are looking for. V dot find all. Looking for in the input variable. So the regular expression part are codes. What we need, it can be a alphabet, right? So the alphabet can be in the range A to Z. We assume it's going to be a small letter, so it's okay. So first we get the A to Z, whatever the character is. We get only the one digit, right? That's one. And the second part, you get the digit. /D is mentioning about the digit. So we get the digit. The digit can occur one or more times. And you get that as a second variable. So where are you going to get it? From the compressed, the input variable. So let's print check. Let's call the function and see how the check works. Basically, it will pull all the records into a combination of the character as well as the frequency. Okay. G6 and U6. So that's what I'm looking for, right? Second one, we have that one. I10, yes. G6, yes. U6, yes. So we have all the values, but it's in the list comprehension way. Not list. Inside the list is going to be a set, right? So I have to use this and convert that to a string. How to do that? For that, I was trying the for loop for v in check. So this is going to be a single variable, right? I and 10. So if I say v in checks, let's see print v. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's disable this. It's okay. So if you say v in check, it will just read one element at a time. I10, G6, and U6. If I say v of 0 and then v of 1, then it will split that key value, right? The I and 10 into two different variables, v of 0 and v of 1. So this is our main thing. So what I say, you have the frequency of v of 0, which is I. So print goes here, right? Okay. So we just say frequency of the v of 0, which is the A or B or C, whatever it is, equal to the frequency of value get. If the v of 0 has any value, then bring it, else 0 plus integer of V of 1, which is the frequency. Now let's see how the frequency works. So print, let's disable this. We just say print frequency, print frequency. So it will just shows IS10, GS6 and US. So here it just shows us a list. Within the list we have the element. Now we just got this as a dictionary. Now once you have the dictionary, then you know how to bring it, right? We have this format. I can get that format and I'll say return the frequency part of it. So you're missing quote somewhere, okay, single quotes is missing here. So when I use that function, it will directly get me the list, and it's going to be in the ascending order, G, I, and U, and it will handle the multi-digit. So most of the interviews, they don't entertain the importing any package. So this part will be much easier to do it. The while loop, if the interview allows for a regular expression, then you can use this part of it. So if you see the code, the first one, we have assumption that it should be one character and one digit, but it's not the practical scenario, right? So we go with the while loop and then we manipulate it. And the next one is regular expression, which is very simple to pull all the combinations using this. So you say A to Z is the one we expect, and then how many number time of digits, like 1, 2 digit or 3 digit numbers, we just handle it, and then we just check whether it's going to the V0 and V1 part, right? So it comes like this. V0 is first one, V1 is the second one. You get that, and then you create a dictionary. So once you have the dictionary, then you know the rules. Get the value, the key from the dictionary, and then get the key and the frequency here, and then use the join function to convert the list into a string. So you get the string. If you want to test more test cases, our favorite asset function, run it. Yeah, disable the print so it looks more cleaner, and all the test cases are passed. If you want to use this test case for your practice, then you can go to the playlist. We have the Python recursive 51 to 100. Tamil version is also there. Tamil Python recursive 51 to 100. If you go here, whatever the video you're looking for, in the description section, you have the GitHub link. It will take you to the code base. The one we are talking about now is the 90-second video. So here we have the first basic looping logic, and then the while loop, and then the regular expression. You can use this for your practice. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there is a link here. You can use this and join Grow with Data WhatsApp channel. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.